This tutorial is designed to cover the basics of animating in Photoshop. So I'm going to start here and try to animate this circle. It's kind of designed to be like a website loading animation. So I have 4 different layers here, each with its own circle. So I want to have this little orange section here kind of seamlessly translate as if it was a loading screen that's spinning around. So to start out, I'm going to open up the animation frame, and to do that I'm going to Window and Timeline. And this will bring up the timeline window. You can see right here, it starts with number 1 and this is our first frame. We have 4 different layers here that we are going to animate. So I want to make 4 frames. So I'm going right here and hit this new page button until I have 4 total different frames. To start out, in the first frame, right here, I'm going to select layer number 1. So this is active currently, and for the rest of the layers, I'm going to turn them off. You can do this with any number of layers in the layer panel, so you can mix and match 10 different layers if that is what you want to do. I'm going to hit the second one right here, and this will be a second frame. So I don't want the layer number 1 selected, so I'm going to turn that off and turn on layer number 2. So if I cycle between frame number 1 and frame number 2, you can see it remembers what layer I selected. So for frame number 3, I'm going to turn off layer number 1 and turn on layer number 3. I'm going to do the same when I select frame number 4. I'm going to turn off layer number 1 and turn on layer number 4. So I'm going to select this thing right here. You can see it says once by default with little down arrow. You can do it once, 3 times or forever, and that's for looping it. You can also select other and have it loop for as many times as you want to. I want to loop this forever. Since this will be essentially loading animation, and I'm going to hit the play button right here. You can see it's going crazy fast, so I'm going to hit the stop button here. We have to go into our frames. There's a down arrow and by default it's on 0 seconds. Hit that down arrow and we are going to select a delay. Go ahead and select a delay from the drop down and select 1 second delay for each of these frames. I'm going to hit the play button once again. You can see how it looks. This is a bit too slow, but you can see it's now looping with a nice little delay here. So I'm going very quickly. Just drop this down to half second each. And that should probably good for what we're trying to achieve here. Hit the play button again now, and this is good enough for me. You can select whatever delay time you want. Other for custom, you could also have one frame at 1 second, other frame at 10 seconds. Depends on what you're trying to achieve with your animation. But this is looking pretty good, and once again when I hit the play button, you can see this nice looping right here. So to export our animation, we are going to File, then Save for Web, and we are going to create animated GIFs. So from the drop down, I'm going to select GIF and will go ahead and hit Save. I'm not going to worry about these other settings for quality. So you can see it's really easy to do, it's pretty quick, and animating in Photoshop is definitely a very deep thing you can go very far into and really experiment and play around with. So this is just the basics of creating frames, creating layers, kind of working within that. So hope this video is helpful to you. Thanks for watching.